We continue onward as we go back three wide, making our way through every single NFL draft and grading them based solely on college football 25. Gentlemen, we stay in the AFC East and we go to the New York Football Jets, Jets, but they're a mess. TD, we start off in the first round. Boy, they have had some struggles on the offensive line. They've drafted a lot of offensive linemen these last couple of years, but it has not worked out for them. The Mekhi Bectons of the world have not fit in for the Jets. And they say, well, if at first you don't succeed, try for a third time in 5 years. They go and pick up Armand Membu out of Missouri, protecting Brady Cook, who they actually ended up picking up as an undrafted free agent. We'll see if he makes the roster. Taking a look at him, though, 89 overall. First look, TD. This kind of feels like a miss, although he was in real life. Again, we grade based on the game. In real life, he was great as the number one tackle, but in the game, 89 overall. Feels like a miss with this number 7 overall pick.
Yeah, I agree. You know, he's behind Will Campbell, who the Patriots took. He's behind Kelvin Banks as far as the game goes. So it's a fine pick, but it feels like a little bit of a reach here at number 7 overall. 89 overall. Has some good abilities there. Strong grip, pocket shield, PA shield. So you know he's a good pass protector. But in my opinion, at number 7, it's a little bit of a stretch for 89 overall.
Let's take a look at how
This is a bust.
How he looks ranked up. So he's the number 5. Well, he's tied for number 4 right tackle in the game.
It's a bust. It's a bust.
User does not hold back.
Here.
All right.
This is the 7 pick overall. He's 89. Look at his abilities. He has no platinum abilities. Yeah. I don't care what we're talking about. Your first pick and you're in the top 10 pick, you have to be going crazy like this. Automatically, we're starting
not even 90 pass block.
Huh?
Not even 90 pass block.
Yeah, this ain't it. This is not it.
And one thing that is not brought up enough, though, let's point out, user, Membu's a right tackle. This wasn't even a left tackle cornerstone of your defense. This is on the right side, and you're talking about a guy doesn't even reach 90 on pass block, doesn't reach 90 on run block at number 7. Listen, in real life, this might be the right pick, but according to the game user, this is a swing and a miss.
I feel like this is something this could be something they saw at the combine. You know, he could be a combine warrior, and you know, over there at EA, they don't believe in that. They don't believe in that.
Apparently they don't from what we've seen.
And he ain't showed and proved.
Shout out to the Pajama Olympics, a.k.a. the Combine. They then take tight end out of LSU. Boy, we've seen a lot of LSU players here early in this series. In the second round, they go tight end, and they take second highest rated player on the team, Mason Taylor. Now, user, he does have a platinum ability. Good news, platinum ability. Bad news, only ability.
Yeah, short hands is, that's one thing you definitely want to make sure you can catch the ball as a tight end. He's 6'6", he's 81 speed, he's solid, 92 overall. I would have felt better if he went in the first round, but they got him in the second round, 92 low. This is like, it's an average pick to me because I'm looking 92s. To me, 92s is late second, third round. You know, that's my opinion. But I like that he has the abilities. He's a good tight end.
The user sets the bar high for these drafts. We need those 92s and 93s in the third round. Yeah. Ty, you look 92 catch in traffic, 90 catch. So he does live up to the sure hands mentality. And you look 88 short, 78 mid, 69 deep. So this is going to be somebody who is going to be working a lot of those short routes, a lot of those curls and hitches. But at 6'6", 255 brings the size and another weapon for whoever plays quarterback for the Jets. Shout out Justin Fields, I think.
Yeah, the Jets need a lot of help. I thought in the first round they could even went with Tyler Warren or Colson Loveland. They opt to go with the lineman and they wait till the second round here. It's like you just said, it's an okay pick. It's a decent value here in the second round. You'd like to see more abilities based on the game. You want to see more speed at this position, but I will say good overall. Seems like he can be kind of a tight end that plays every down. So he can be out there for run blocking. He can be out there to catch the ball as well. So I think the Jets found their kind of tight end they need for the future here, every down tight end, but it's just like an okay pick in the second round, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's fine. It'll do the job. We go to the third round, and they end up getting the top player rated on Florida State. TD, this was a 3-win team, but it's the top player rated on Florida State in Azareye'h Thomas, the junior, 6'2", 198. We love ourselves 6'1" and taller at corner. And you look at him, 92 speed, 95 excel, 90 change of direction. We like the physicals on Thomas. It's certainly a pass defense on the other side. He's not going to have to be the number 1. 1, you got Sauce Gardner. This could be a really nice 1-2 pairing.
This is where the Jets really boosted their stock, in my
94
opinion.
jump at 6'2".
Ooh, nice. These next few picks here for the Jets were phenomenal based on the game. I'm excited for them, and it starts here with Isaiah Thomas. You mentioned there, you pair him with Sauce Gardner. You got Gardner 6'3", then you got Thomas on the other side 6'2", like user. This is a nice team to use in Madden here, the Jets defense-wise. I don't know about the offense, but defensively, they're going to be pretty good with those two corners. 6'2", 92 speed, 94 jump. Like, this is a guy that can get up there, jump balls, make some user interception.
He has the 90 man in the 90 zone, gold blanket coverage. This is a very solid pick for a third rounder. This is like, that's a good pick for a third rounder. You have 3 abilities. You have bronze knockout, bronze jammer, and like you said, he's a big cornerback to be able to put on the Jets to pair up with Sauce Gardner. I like that pick in the third round.
User, I'm just curious, for some of those people at home that maybe don't play or maybe aren't in tune with the ratings, does a 90-90 man and zone player play differently than an 89-89 man and zone player? Do you even notice that difference?
Because they have what we call in the game thresholds. You know what I'm saying? And 90 threshold is one of the thresholds. You have 85 as a threshold. Basically, every 5 points is a threshold, and so you'll see a big difference between an 89 and a 90 when it comes to the rating and how these guys play. Yeah,
I mean, it may only look like 1 point, but that actually does change how they play. So a really nice pick. And then we go to the 4th round, 2 4th-round picks, 2 5th-round picks. They start out in the 4th round out of Georgia, Arian Smith. Now, you sit there and you look at the wide receiving corps for the University of Georgia. You go, wow, there's some better wide receivers. But then you look at this speed number, user. That's a 98. That's 98 speed with takeoff.
With gold takeoff, so you got to understand, this is a great pick in the 4th round. And you look at his actual speed, he's a track athlete. He ran a 4.36 and a 40. This is another good pick in the 4th. Really wasn't, the first round, but you look at how they started to pick up the draft. And if you're talking about building a team on a virtual gridiron, you won't height at the cornerback. You won't speed at the receiver. Even though he's 6 feet, 98 speed, this is what you need.
TD, not only 98 speed, can we point out 96 jump as well?
He's an athlete. I believe he was
Pure
a track
athlete.
star, an athlete, and this is the type of speed out there you want if you're the Jets offense. Justin Fields needs some help out there. You got Garrett Wilson, you got Breece Hall, but you need a guy that can just run those 9 routes, just run those streak routes, get deep down the field, try to get open on some big plays. Now, one thing I do want to point out too, 4.36 we said. I'm pretty sure Hairston, the Bills corner, ran a 4.28, and they gave him 91 speed.
We're still up on this.
98 speed. I can't get over that.
We're still up on this.
It's just crazy they disrespected that man.
This man will not let this go. Hey, let us not forget that you said the Browns wasn't an A+ draft, okay? You want to keep bringing up history? We're going to keep bringing up your history too, buddy. The number 1 player on Alabama in terms of overall goes in the 4th round to the New York Football Jets in Malachi Moore. TD, this guy is an absolute stud, strong safety, and you look at his physicals, 91 speed, 91 agility, 94 excel, 95 awareness, 6 foot 201, really nice back end of the defense player. I mean, this secondary could very quickly turn into one of the best units out there.
No doubt about it, especially in Madden. I mean, this Jets defense is going to be fire. This is one of the steals of the draft, in my opinion. To get a 95 overall safety, one of the best safeties in the game, the best player on Alabama, who's one of the top 4 to 5 teams in this entire game, to get him in the 4th round, he has all the measurables you want. Wish he was a tad taller. 6 feet's fine, but he has all great ratings. You can see him all there. 92 pursuit, 94 play rec, 90 zone, what you want in the safety. He meets that threshold that user mentioned earlier. So this is a steal.
And playing that back end of the defense, user, you need that 90 zone. You cannot be if you want one of those like center field safeties, he can't be out there with 88 zone. He needs to hit that 90 threshold.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that you got to give a knock on the NFL for. You look at Malachi; he's one of the best safeties in the game. To get him in the 4th round is a great steal. But you understand why his stock fell so low. They said he ran a 4.57 in the 40, and you're like, listen, not everybody comes out there to ball. You know what I'm saying, at the combine. You understand what I'm saying? Like, he knows how to play football. Game speed is different from combine speed, and I feel like they got a steal right here.
And by the way, gold ball hawk user, you talk about instincts in the back end of that defense. That's what Malachi Moore has. If you get gold ball hawk, that means you're out there and you are making plays.
Absolutely. And then you played at Alabama. You got to understand, it's a different type of caliber player when you play for such teams like Alabama, Ohio State, Michigan, LSU. These guys have went through the gauntlet to be the best of the best. And then you want to drop their stock because what they did in the combine. But you see their abilities, man, he's going to be a stud when he gets to the NFL.
2 Hurricanes in the 5th round to close out the Jets draft. We start off with not Francis Mauigoa. We go with Francisco Mauigoa, the senior middle linebacker, and I see Ty shaking his head already. I'll scroll over here to show you why Tyler Davis is shaking his head already. He's got 79 speed, so Tyler Davis already called him garbage.
Listen, if you have under 85 speed as linebacker, I'm gonna quote my guy Joey Gladstone for all my Full House fans out there. We gotta cut it out. This is not what you need out there at linebacker if you're using. This is way too slow. 79 speed. What's he got? 78 agility. Oh, my God. It's getting worse and worse. 78 change of direction. This is a no-go. This is a terrible pick here. I know it's the 5th round, and his overall is okay, but no, this doesn't cut it for me.
Again, he's sitting out here, user. He's calling a man from the Pacific Islands garbage. We should probably give him your address, TD, and you can tell him in person at 6'3", 230.
Yeah, he might be from the Samoan dynasty. You know, I don't want those problems.
Yeah, well, you did call him garbage. He's got 86 block shed, user. Does that help?
I mean, is Miami still linebacker you? I think,
not in 25 years. No. Not.
No. Ray Lewis is still visiting down there. Jonathan Billman is still visiting down there trying to make sure these boys know how to play the position at a high level.
Yeah.
But he does have go blow up. Bronze wrap up, bronze inside destructor. He's a 5th round pick.
I'll tell you what, Ray Lewis and Jonathan Vilma, and when they were playing in college, their speed would not be 79. They would be at least 85 speed.
Hey, man, he's 6'3". Let's say if he does get there and doesn't get put in a blender, he'll be able to wrap up.
Closing out the draft for the Jets, they go with Tyler Barron. Now, a couple overall points better than their earlier 5th round pick, user, but I'm trying to see what abilities does Mr. Barron have on there?
Zero abilities. But this is the 6th round. He's tall, he's fast, he's almost a 90 overall. What do you think, Ty?
It's okay. Let's look at the power move.
He hits 90 with power move.
We can rock with that. So this for the 6th round, last pick of the draft. It's fine. 89 overall. It gets the job done. I'm not too mad at this pick.
6'5", 260, probably slots more outside linebacker than hand in the dirt D end, but certainly a piece that can be a part of this Jets defense. Clearly, defense was the focus, TD. So you got to think if you're looking early DFS, Jets defense always going to be on the top of your mind.
Oh yeah, I mean, I love the additions they have there. Malachi Moore, the corner from Florida State.
Isaiah Thomas, he's a stud.
Exactly. Big corner can go up across from Gardner. They added some speed on offense, a nice tight end. Also, we didn't mention they did pick up college football 25 cover athlete Donovan Edwards. I don't know how useful he'll be in fantasy there. I know you're not a big fan over there from OHIO there. So, but I think the defense is the way to go here. Offensively, not much. I'm not a huge Justin Fields guy, but I think the defense is the way you want to go here with the Jets in fantasy football.
So first of all, you bring up that they pick up Donovan Edwards, the cover athlete. Then you trash Justin Field, a former Buckeye. I'm starting to feel like this is personal attacks on me. Like, I'm out here doing work, just trying to put on a show, and Tyler Davis has proved today that not only he hates me, but he hates the entire Samoan dynasty. I mean, this is crazy from TD. User, we might have a solo podcast going on. I can't wait for this. Too wide, baby.
Oh, man, this is out of control. But did y'all know that 2nd rounder that they picked was Jason Taylor's son? Mason Taylor.
No kidding.
Yeah.
No,
yeah,
wait,
so
shout out to the Miami Dolphin legend.
Tatum at first. I'm like, what?
Now, Jason Tatum is the Knicks' son right now. But,
wow.
Damn. Sorry, man. Hey. Get well soon. Let's grade this. I don't really know where to go with this one. I'm gonna let User go first because User, you tend to go based on feelings, the vibes of the draft, and this one. If you tell me B, I can understand it. If you tell me F, I can understand it. That's how wild this draft was.
I think this is a C draft. Like it's very average. It's very average. Like they blew. This could have been a B, but they blew it with that 1st round pick, if you ask me. And everything else was it was just average. Maybe a C minus, but C because you got to look. They did have speed. They did pick some height. according to how you like to play the game and the athletes, they did pretty good. It was just only 1 or 2 picks. Nothing was like astounding. You did get Malik in the late rounds. That's what kind of held them at the C for me.
Yeah, they had, 6 picks here?
Yeah, not a lot of picks.
I think 4 of them were pretty good. Like, they had limited picks, but they made the most of them, in my opinion. So that, like, they're mid-round especially. I think Taylor's good at tight end. I think Thomas the corner, Arian Smith the speed, and then Malachi Moore. I think those are all pretty good picks. The rest of them kind of mid. I mean, the first round was fine with the offensive tackle.
Yeah,
I think this is a C+ draft in my opinion.
This feels very C, kind of on par with like the Bengals draft we did earlier. Kind of, there's a couple of good picks, there's a couple of picks that we disagree with, but based on the game, this feels like a C. I would probably err on C- because I just like to point out, out of all their picks, only 1 platinum ability. If we're grading on the game, we've had better drafts with platinum abilities, even though they might not be as good on the rating side. Not going to fully dock them on that one, but it does feel like a C- draft to me, but we'll stick him in that C category as we continue making our way through all the NFL drafts. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Let us know what you think and who you would have picked, because clearly these guys might not be using college football 25, but that's what we're grading them on as we keep working our way through the NFL